So this is Richard. We're in Marnell, Dorset, and this is a job we did last June. Yeah. So second project after lockdown.
And are we in Dorset?
We're in Dorset.
We are in Dorset.
Yeah.
About as far north in Dorset as you can possibly get.
Fantastic. Right.
Let's go and have a look.
Have a wander through.
Have we got a pond, have we? Or?
We've got a
pond and a stream.
Pond and a stream, yeah, and a wetland filter.
So have I seen this on social media maybe?
Possibly
yeah,
not.
I think I did a couple of years ago. Did you say last year?
It was last June. Last June. Believe it or not, because the planting is massively filled in.
That's right.
So we gradually weave our way down. It gets pinched where we've got stepping stones, and then we work our way down, and then we terminate into our bottom rainwater hub.
So is that a negative edge?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Richard, did you have a pond before?
No.
Never had a pond?
No. It was a big empty space in the middle of this, and I was suggesting to my wife that we had half a dozen more trees, and she said no more trees. So we needed to fill the space.
Yeah.
And so pond, and it started off as a pond, smaller than that, and as Tom knows, it got bigger and bigger. Like Topsy, it just growed.
It got bigger on day one of construction.
Yes. And we also wanted a stream. And I'd lived for quite a while, not that far away from Dartmoor.
Yeah.
And I fancied something that just reminded me a little bit of Dartmoor, with a sort of natural pond and a stream running down through, and the sound of moving water.
Yeah.
And Tom came up with the goods, and that's what we got.
Encouraging wildlife, is that the main sound?
Yes, to encourage wildlife, I think it's inevitable. I think, was it the quote in the film?
Mark knows this well. Yeah.
It? No, when you build it, they will come.
Yes, 100%.
Field of Dreams, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And in a way, that's exactly what happens with. Well, I think within a day or 2 days of it being built, there were dragonflies there.
It's amazing how
already
it comes.
Grandchildren will be fascinated by that.
Oh my goodness gracious. What exactly is that?
That's
That comes out of?
the exoskeleton of a dragonfly nymph.
British, shall I get something for it?
Yeah. Like a test tube.
So with this one it was slightly daunting, because normally what we do is, if we're building ponds, we pick an area and it'll be up by the house or down the bottom of the garden, whereas this one absolutely slap bang in the middle of the garden. You couldn't get more kind of centralised in the garden, and views from everywhere. So for us it's a fairly daunting one, because obviously we're taking a huge scrape out of their garden.
And lovely panoramic views as well.
Yeah, sunroom we call it, although the grandchildren call it the playroom. But we often in the summer sort of sit there, and we've got a view down through the pond and the stream in the evening. So it's an enormous pleasure.
Do your grandchildren like the feature?
Is the Pope a Catholic?
Yeah.
No. Absolutely adore it. No, the first time they came, they were just us. And because it's of a reasonable depth, they were running in and out of the water, jumping across from one rock to the next, in and down through. They were just amazed by it. The younger ones are still quite young. We've got 5 granddaughters, and the bottom 3 are still well into fairies, And so Tom managed to sort of glue in a couple of fairy doors as features
Lovely.
in the pond as well. I mean, why we also created a little
Your beach, yeah,
beach.
your beach.
there.
Yeah, with
So,
the sand
and in fact, they're coming tomorrow. They will be here tomorrow.
on a beautiful, lovely day like this, it's lovely to paddle in and, like you say, with the beach.
So they do
Interact.
absolutely adore it.
So what are other people that come for the first time? What would their interaction be?
Their interaction is envy, I think, if anything.
Yeah, pond envy.
Pond
A lot
envy.
of pond envy.
No, they really, really do. No, it's absolutely glorious. No, we couldn't be happier. And it's settled really well. And with Tom's advice, we got a few fish at the top.
Which again, I think from day one we're never going to get fish. I'm sure those were the words. We're not going to get fish. Maybe a few fish. Maybe a few more.
So, and that's again something that we didn't want. And when we discussed it with Tom, that we didn't want a big sort of filtration system with ultraviolet light and all the other gubbins is. We wanted it as natural as possible, and that's what's happened.
Yep.
So we don't have to worry about emptying filters ourselves or checking through that. And the other thing as well is that last season we were topping up the pond fairly regularly, quite often, and we both thought, our water bill's going to be a bit steep. But since spring this year, we've only had to top it up twice.
Yeah. Do you think that's to do with the rain? We've had quite a bit of rain this year compared to last year.
In part, but even then, even when it was raining last year. But I think because we've now got more plant cover,
bit more shade.
Tom came in and rearranged the bottom where it disappears, so that there's less splash and less evaporation, and that's made a big difference as well.
Yeah.
So I think all in all,
it's just tweaking it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
giving it a year, knowing how much maintenance it is, and then if we can make it a bit less, we'll tweak it that way. We'll change
because it's a live thing. It needs that attention.
The system matures as well.
Yeah.
And you were saying about the filtration system. The pond is the filtration system. It's all about the ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's all about the balance. Recreating, a natural ecosystem. It's helping Mother Nature. Look at the amount of dragonflies.
Oh, it is.
It's crazy.
I'd say it is a bit of a time waster.
Yeah.
This though, because I sit there for ages and think, let's get up and get on with some work. But no.
Truly amazing creatures, the dragonfly. So it goes without saying it's worth the investment.
Yeah. If you broke it down into pleasure hours, then it comes out at pence.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it is a big investment. No, and our Ernie bonds looked a bit sad at the end of it, but there again, we've reached an age where we've got a house that we love, that we've got time to enjoy. So I think it's worth that investment. Well, it's an investment for us, I think. In the years that we hopefully will remain in the house.
You're buying time with the grandchildren, memories.
They absolutely adore it. It's a pity in a way, that you're missing them tomorrow, because you'll see the sheer delight that they have.
Yeah. Well, thank you for opening your garden.
No, not at all. You can't go without seeing at least one of the fairy doors.